In theory, we should get both Chivos when we get to the bottom of here. Why isn't the pistols one triggered? Oi oi, welcome hunters to another Chivo grab. I managed a 2 for 1 with I only play for sport for completing the game in less than 5 hours, and hard boiled for doing it with only pistols. Now the title wasn't clickbait, this really was a breeze, and other than committing some time to it, you shouldn't have any problems either. You don't need loads of speedrun hacks to press 10 buttons at once or be a pro shooter. There's a few quick tips and skips that I've kept in the video to help you out. Now it is a linear game, and if you're here, you probably already completed it, so I've cut the levels down to about a minute each where possible and left those key parts in. Let's go. So I jumped straight in with a new game and we were off. We start off in the familiar caves. Now the joy of not doing this on New Game Plus is the enemies are easy and you can save whenever. Do this often. The game timer runs from the overall save, not the play time. That's super helpful when you're restarting. Now I did try a bit of a level skip here that I've seen on other videos where Lara can glitch through this gate, however I failed miserably and I eventually gave up. No stress. Keep running through the level, kill any enemies that cause a nuisance when climbing etc, like these wolves, and you can leave any that aren't, but you do have time to kill them if you want. Follow the level and pull the lever to open the door. If there are any medipacks in your path, pick them up as it makes skipping enemies easier. But if you're not using only pistols, it'll be a breeze anyway. Head forward and pull another lever to open the final door and drop down and in. Boom. This first level took me 4 minutes 23 in game time and 5 minutes in real time. Enter the city of Vilcabamba, level 2. You want to kill these pesky wolves at the start and any bats you come across, as they are relentless and they'll chase you through the level. But head on and you're looking for this door here with the lever. Head in and head forward until you come to a room with a block in it. Now push this block and keep pushing it.
3 hours later.
Head forwards and you want to collect the silver key on your left and the gold idol on the right. These are all you need, don't worry about anywhere else like dropping in the water. As you drop out of this next room, on the left is the door you need to use the silver key in. Head in and kill the wolves. Now there is another speedrun tip you can do here where Lara gets the zoomies, but I didn't bother. Just run through the left room, pull the lever, then head up and through the right room and pull that lever. That'll open the door in the middle, head through the axes and yes, pull the lever. Swim through the hole in the wall before surfacing and pull the lever at the top. Drop down and insert the gold idol. I didn't bother with the bear, I let him do his little dance as I put the idol in. I took no damage, but if you want to kill him, you can. He just wants to dance. Exit the level and there you go, 8 minutes. Now we enter level 3, Lost Valley. There are no level skips here unlike the next level, but I'll guide you through the quickest route. From entry, head right into the water. Don't bother heading left unless you're desperate for the shotgun. Kill the 2 wolves and proceed through the tunnel, climbing up and out into Jurassic Park. There are 2 hungry raptors here, but just finish these guys off, and then head north until you come to this section with the waterfall. Swim down and through. There is a raptor at the other end, but to be honest, I just skipped him. Climb up and then climb up on the left hand side, and you should find cog number 1. Now drop back down and swim out the way you came. I did take the time here to kill off Sexy Rexy, as he can be a bit of a pain, but even with the pistols he didn't take that long to go down. Now you want to push forward towards the temple, kill the raptors and climb into the opening. Down on the right hand side will be cog number 2. Swim back out and head right as you leave the temple, climb into the opening in the cliff face and you'll see a bridge to jump across. On the other end you'll come to this bit, and on your left will be cog number 3. Now you are going to want to head all the way back to the beginning and head left from the entrance. Follow the jumps around until you get to this section here. Now you can just jump across this gap to save a few seconds, and opposite where I landed will be the shotgun if you want it. Climb up towards the ancient machine and then place all 3 cogs on the respective pegs. Pull the lever to adjust the water flow and then jump in and follow the water around. Eventually it will bring you back out near the start. So jump down once again into the pool, and when you land there, turn around and climb up to this doorway and the level exit is just ahead. Now there is a whopping level skip here. Do not stand on this corner tile. Approach the corner and jump through it like this. If the ceiling texture doesn't load correctly, you'll know it's worked. If not, head back and try again, it does reset. Run up towards where the boulder comes from, and as it drops down, stick left and jump over it. You'll notice the door stays open, which allows us to skip the whole level. Pick up the Scion piece and head back to the start. Drop into the water where our pal Larson will start popping off. Deal with him however you see fit, and once he's gone down, an FMV will play after a few seconds, and then the level will be done. This took 1 minute 51 seconds and was a godsend of a level skip. Level 5, and there's no skips here, but here's my route anyway. Kill the lions at the start, pull the block to open the top door, and then push it to open the second door. When you head up, jump over the first tile with the marking on here, and the door won't close behind you, meaning you don't need to pull both levers. The pesky Pierre's waiting outside for you now, and pop until he scarpers off. Then push the block into place and then climb up and run around the outside of the room until you are at this ramp. Slide down. Now I have seen people swim straight through the gate at the bottom as a level skip, but it didn't work for me. I just swam to the end, pulled the lever, kill the croc and run through to the gods area. There's many ways to do this, but I just pulled all 4 levers and then worked my way through the rooms. I started off in the Damocles room. Start off, run through, pick the key up, and then the swords will start dropping as you come back out. Take it slow, they do track you, but they aren't the quickest, so you should be fine. Next, I came to Thor. I've kept this in to show you my technique for the annoying lightning. Head to this edge here, any further and you'll get zapped. Do a standing swan dive, and as Laura gets up, just run forwards. This worked for me every time. Drop the hammer, push the block towards the wall, climb up to the next bit, and that's where I got the second key. Again, this is how I got past the lightning on the way back. Get to this tile edge, standing swan dive, and then run around the edge of the room. Now next came Atlas. You've got to be careful of the gorilla as you enter. Just run in with guns blazing and finish him off. I did have a few bats as well. Stand on the marquee to open the gate, and then run forwards to trigger the boulder. When it's chasing you, just safely drop down into this hole, and that avoids it. Climb up on the left and run forward to collect your third key. Exit back out and head to the top towards Neptune's room. This is super easy. Swim down into the big hole, pull the lever at the bottom, and then collect the key on your left. You can easily do this in one breath and it shouldn't be a problem for you. Now you have all 4 keys, head to the bottom, but be careful of the 2 lions and pesky Pierre. Finish them off, use your keys and the locks, and then run out the big gate. 15 minutes, send Francis Folly. There is another handy skip on level 6, Colosseum. Kill the croc and then the lions, and then head to the left of this big building and climb up until you exit into this arena. Pesky Pierre's here again, but scare him off and then head around towards the Emperor's box. You can just run and jump like this to get straight up, skipping a lot of fighting. It may take a few attempts, so just save and load if needed. Pull out this block, and behind the wall you'll reveal the lever. Pull it to open the first door. Head in and dodge the boulder the same way as in Atlas's room. Once it rolls safely overhead, proceed up and pull the lever for door number 2. Head in, climb up, pull the lever for door number 3, and then again head in and pull the lever for the door at the back of the Emperor's box. This isn't actually needed, but drop into the pool, go to the other end and pull out the block. Behind this you will find the rusty key. Now you're going to want to use the same skip to get back into the Emperor's box. The gorillas may animate now, so if you do need to kill them, just be prepared. Use the key on the lock. This will open the gate on your left hand side. Drop down into the water, don't worry about the croc, just swim forward and up through the ceiling to find the lever. Pull this lever here, drop back down, keep heading forward, and that'll be the level exit. This took 11 minutes for me, but it probably could be done a lot faster. Level 7 is long, so I've stripped a lot of this out. But from the start, head right into this area with the gorillas. You can just head up onto this block here, climb up onto the next one, and just jump straight across into the lever area. The pattern for the levers is above each door if you do get stuck, but if you want a level guide, let us know in the comments. Each room's super straightforward, just open the door, head through, complete the challenge and collect the block. Once you have 3, you'll get to the temple. From here, drop down and the door will open itself. Pull the lever inside to open the garden area. Once in, jump up to the right and head towards the back, where you'll drop into a room with a Midas statue hand. Use the blocks on it, which will turn them into gold, and then head through the final door. Use the blocks in the 3 slots, which will unlock the level exit. This took 21 minutes, 46 seconds, even with a few quick skips. But it's still not a bad time. The Cistern is another long but linear level. Basically, you're looking for these 3 keys. Pick them all up, flood the Cistern, and then you'll get 2 silver keys. Swim through until you eventually find the gold key, and then you want to unlock all of these doors. Climb up, use the gold key, which will open the final room. Head through, pull the block at the end, and drop down to the level exit. This took 17 minutes in total. The Tomb of Tihocan is just levers and swimming. Follow the level until you get to the first lever, pull it to adjust the water level, and then keep going until you get to the next lever. This is effectively how you want to complete this entire section. Lots of climbing, lots of swimming, lots of levers. There's no real level skips I can give you, but just keep going until you get the pieces that you need. A handy tip is you can use photo mode if you want to pause the game timer. Pressing start doesn't pause it, but using photo mode does. Head towards the end of the level once you've pulled 1,000 levers, and you'll be fighting Pesky Pierre for a final time. Shoot him until he goes down. Pick up his piece of the Scion, and then climb up to use the gold key in the gold lock, which will unlock the door below. Head out of this door and you are done. Another skip here that took this level to 7 minutes. Head to this area and kill the mummy, and then head into this corner with the greenery. Climb up and run towards the fence. When you get here, you want to switch to all graphics, and you can see here there's a small gap in the fence. This is where you want to aim. Just swan dive forward and lava will start to clip through the fence. As you can see, this did take a few attempts, but eventually with a few added rolls I did get through, and I was pretty happy about it, as you can tell. Push on this area and kill the panther below because it is a pain. Now head over here and switch to tank controls. Line Lara up so her shoulder sticks in the wall a bit, and then you want to start jumping directly upwards. You'll see our body start clipping into the wall, and you'll take you directly above. Once you're here, pull the lever and then jump back across the platforms. Drop down into the next area and then get this key. Once you've got it, turn around from where you came in and run forward. Pop the key in the door, and that is the level. There is no skip in Obelisk, however, and this level does take a while. Run forward until you get to this room here. Note that only the leftmost block needs to be moved to progress. Shove it out of the way using Lara's inhumane strength, and then drop down into the water. Kill the croc in the next area and pick up the key that you find. Resurface and jump into this alcove on the right and slide down into the next area. From here, you're going to kill 2 panthers that come in and then climb up and out of this section. A mummy will come down the stairs, but just hang back and pop him off. Now pull the lever to drop the first bridge. Follow the linear areas to get to the lever number 2, and then eventually you'll also get to lever number 3. After this, head back to this first lever and jump onto the central column. Jump down towards the mirror, and then from here you can jump across towards the raised bridge. In here is lever number 4. Collect all 4 idols and then drop down into the door that opens. Swim through and then up and out the other side. There's a mummy in each room here. After a bit of shooting, kill both mummies and climb out towards the starting area, but don't get carried away like I did. As you can see, I was a bit elated and this happened. Snap. Place the idols in the obelisk and head towards the level exit. Level 12, and again no skips, but run forward, pop the Atlanteans and progress to the Sphinx area. You want to get this lever. Climb up, and at the top you can just quickly dodge the chomping blades by jumping across this gap here. Pull the lever to open the door and then head around the cliff edge to get it. Head through this door and kill the centaur for your first Ankh. Now you can pull lever 2 on the way to save time, but I must admit I kinda forgot. Now you want to head to this lever to open the door to the left of the Sphinx. Rinse and repeat, head through, kill the centaur, and then collect the Ankh on the pedestal. Now you want to slap both of these priceless artifacts in their holes, and then drop down to the door that opens below the Sphinx. Head down between the legs of the right statue for the lever, and then head up and pull the second. Swim through the door that eventually opens, and then head through this area to collect an idol behind a gate. Prepare for a fight with some Atlanteans. Kill them and then use the idol in the gate on the left hand side. Slide down here to finish off the lovely Larson for a final time, and then the Scion piece is all yours for the taking. Head up and collect it. This level took 27 minutes and probably is one of the longest levels that it took me to complete. And now Natla's Mines. With a short skip, lots of levers and bosses. From the start, swim under the waterfall to pull a lever to open a door, to another lever which opens a door, to another lever which releases a boat. When you get to this section here, you want to avoid triggering the boulder. Shimmy over the first hole and pull up. If you go any further like this, it will trigger the boulder. So pull up here and it'll stop it triggering, making the section a lot faster. Run forward and collect the first fuse from the little corridor. Now head across the boat that's been released and pull the lever to move the drill. Head round into the drill area, pull another lever and collect fuse number 2 from just in front of Cowboy, being careful not to trigger him. Pull this lever once you're back in the fuse room to activate the conveyor belt, and that'll be fuse number 3. Now you want to head back towards the oddly hanging building in the middle of a cave system and collect your pistols from inside, being sure to equip them so you're not left hanging. Now head back to Cowboy and blast him away. There is a quick skip here, save as this took me a few attempts. From this section, just run and jump straight across this gap and eventually Lara will hang on.
See, that's what a bit of determination gets you.
This skips the full TNT section, which is a bit of a pain. Continue on once you've pulled the lever, and don't worry, this boulder here won't trigger. Head down and towards Skater and just track behind him, but don't worry, his peripheral vision game is weak. Progress through Skater's area, and eventually you'll come to the section with blocks. Stella's Guide has a great walkthrough for this. Get to the bald enemy, and again, just track behind him for a nice, easy kill. Climb the pyramid to pull the lever and collect your shiny token. Head back down and put it in the door, and there you go, the level is done. Now, there is a huge level skip on the next one. Props to Nicky San's guide for this. You can apparently skip this initial fight as well, but I didn't manage it. Just keep fighting through these enemies and then pull all of the levers to open the main room door.
Whoopa.
Head through and kill the flying Atlantean, as he is an absolute pain and he will knock you off the edge. Jump across towards the chomping blades and save. I'll guide you through it. Firstly, you want to drop off the edge here and shimmy all the way to the right. Once there, pull up and take 2 steps to the left. 1, 2. Now you're going to want to use this point here as a guide to line up with the edge of the screen. Once it's there like this, using tank controls, run forward and hold jump. Don't worry if it doesn't work the first time, it didn't for me, but 2 or 3 attempts and eventually I clipped through like this.
Oh my days.
Now jump through this door on the side, which will open. If you haven't already, you should also get the secret door achievement here for jumping through it. Once you're through, climb up to the section with the timed bridge, the Centaur and the Atlantean. These enemies didn't animate for me here, but if they do for you, just take it slowly and finish them off. Pull the closest lever first to open the door, and then the other lever at the other side to lower the bridge. Run over the bridge and collect the Scion piece. This was a massive time save, and now you are on to the final level already. If you are following along with only pistols, this fight took me about 5 minutes. Just run around the outside and save often in case you fall off. Once the legless mutant's down, push through the level until you're at the Scion. Destroy it and then just skip all the enemies and run through all the traps. There is a quick tip here. Shimmy towards the edge, and as soon as you drop, side flip and keep it held. Lara should flip again over the boulder. Now don't do what I did and jump down this ramp as well. This happens.
Don't get killed by that. Ah, you idiot.
Run forward, pull the lever, and don't get squashed by that boulder. Head towards the end and make a beautiful swan dive into the hole, and now it's endgame. Push forward for a 2-stage fight with Natla. Again, this was an easy fight, just keep a lock on Natla and jump around until she dies for the first time. Once she does, a few seconds later she will rise again. Again, just keep a lock and keep jumping side to side. Now climb up and out of the level to make sure to save often, and once you've started sliding down, you can take a deep breath.
In theory, we should get both Chivos when we get to the bottom of here.
It is done. Now I just waited in anticipation for my achievements to unlock. Boom, there it is. I only play for sport with a 0.64% unlock rate for finishing the game in less than 5 hours. Now the game took me 3 hours 25 minutes in total.
Why isn't the pistols one triggered?
On the next screen, Hard-Boiled unlocked and I was over the moon. Complete the game using only Lara's guns. Now I hope this guide's been super useful to you. If you do want the individual level guides, please do let us know in the comments, and as always, like and subscribe if you want to see more, and let us know your thoughts. Happy hunting.